Hey, howdy YouTube, welcome to the first ever TonyBlue playthrough. I decided to go ahead and play through an entire game. It's going to take significantly more time than my other videos, but I wanted to do something special for my first one, and so I'm going to be playing MDK for the PS1. Some of you might be familiar with this game. There was a PC version of it that apparently is way better, but I don't have it. So this is what we're doing here. The basic premise of the game is there's a bunch of alien crawlers, these giant mining ships that are basically tearing through major cities on Earth. And it's up to Kurt here to save the day. And he's going to start by failing to dodge the radar. By the way, I have my brother here next to me on the couch watching my every move. It totally won't make me nervous. I should mention I haven't played this game in quite some time, and I kind of need an excuse to play it again. It's already an awesome game, which should be an excuse enough, but I figured if I'm going to play through it again, I might as well share it with everybody, since the only other PS1 version playthrough of this game is in German, and I don't sprechen Sie Deutsch. So basically, you get sent down to Earth, and you gotta save the day. And it literally is that simple of a premise. Now, I've played this game plenty of times, so I'm not really gonna spend a whole lot of time explaining stuff. I'm just gonna go. Boom, I rock. Alright. So, as you can see, this game, oh my god, this is the second pickup of the game, and I can't even get it. So, this game is unique in that it uses polygonal and, digitized actor graphics. Kurt exists pretty much on a totally different plane, and is a digitized character. So it gives the game kind of an interesting feel. What's funny is that, as a kid, I never really noticed it. I just thought that he was really well animated. But it definitely makes for some interesting visuals, to say the least. So, the reason I picked this game is this was the first ever teen-rated game I ever owned. It was given to me as a present for, I believe, my birthday. And it was from one of my uncles, and it came in a Virgin Records bag. I remember it very distinctly. And I remember the first thing that happened was my mom seeing it and saying, what's this? And basically calling my uncle to assure her that the game was totally okay and that it wouldn't destroy my young and impressionable mind. But I must have been 12 at the time, 11 or 12, and yeah, had never owned a teen-rated game, let alone played one. I think I played Mortal Kombat maybe twice in the arcades, but I was never good at it, and you know, well, I'm still not any good at it. I was talking about the new one. Mortal Kombat 9 is awesome because I can win. So, this game definitely has a lot of history for me. I played through it pretty quickly as a kid until I got about halfway through, and then the game gets crazy hard. It's probably a lot easier nowadays, but it certainly was kind of like, I don't know how to get through this. I will say, this right here is what really impressed me with the game, is this whole sniper mode thing. It works really well, and I love the kill cam stuff that you get in the top. Oh, okay, that's what it was. It was the headshots, being able to totally blast dudes' heads clean off. You literally, their faces fly off, which I'll display here in a moment. But I remember just kind of being super impressed by that. And also as a kid, it was just kind of like, oh my god, the face blew up, it's so cool! Admittedly, it's still pretty cool. Every now and again, I'll refer to this game as the press square to win game. You have this infinite chain gun that you just blast everything with, and it can drain a little on the patience. But back then, I didn't care. Man, I'm still trying to get used to these controls. It's been so long. So, I really enjoy this game's sense of humor. It's pretty slapstick and dumb, but at the same time, that's the kind of humor I'm into. So it's alright. But for example, you have those guys pointing at their chest with a giant bullseye, and you can totally just blast away at those and it will kill them. But they leave just enough of their heads peeking out to be able to take them out, and I think that's hilarious. I thought it was hilarious. It's probably not very funny now. And this was the part of the game where I realized that this was going to be way harder than I anticipated. Oh, frame rate. That is not my computer doing that. That is that is a PS1 game. Man, I don't remember that being a problem. Oh, God. So, I will say, this game hasn't aged very well visually. I'm still having fun playing it. This is still pretty awesome. But I'm just now, for the first time, noticing, like, the polarization going on in the skybox. All the colors attempting to blend and failing horribly, and just a lot of jagged edges. It's okay. That's Nala actually making her debut appearance, apparently. No, you need to go away now. You're ruining my video. So this is really the game. It's a lot of circle strafing. Although, if it's as a third-person shooter that doesn't rely on cover, it's kind of what you should expect, I suppose. Get ourselves some special weapon. Something I forgot about is that Kurt has this really wide turning radius, which basically makes it feel like he's drunk. Oh! No! Ooh. Got these last few guys. So, auto aim to the rescue by a long shot. You only have to be pointing in the general vicinity of the thing you want to shoot. Whoop. Alright, so now that I have a moment, I'll go ahead and explain some stuff. Oh, right. Spawn some of these fighter dudes. Alright, so you see in the lower left hand there, that's some of the items I've been picking up. Now, you may have noticed earlier I picked up motors and homing missiles, and those didn't show up. That's because those exist only in the sniper view here, and then you can switch through each of those ammo types. So it's got that going for it, and each one of those behaves completely differently. Which, again, pretty awesome, especially for when this game came out. It's kind of like, I can shoot more than one type of bullet? Awesome! And then in the lower right, that's health. Now, you know what health does. Now, the ring around that represents the life of the city that's currently being attacked. Loading. It's essentially a time limit. Now, as far as I can tell, you don't actually lose if the entire city gets destroyed, but you get reprimanded for it. So it's kind of this side goal. So I always enjoyed this little setup here of these guys just saluting over and over and over again, because apparently they agree with everything this guy has to say. But of course you can, there we go. And like magic, they know exactly where I am. Oh, little alert bots. There's a fun little gag segment coming up later that will feature those guys prominently. Oh, got trapped. So because this is a PS1 game, I'm strafing with the L1 and R1 buttons, which feels totally natural. Actually, that's a half cynical comment. It actually works pretty well, as a matter of fact, surprisingly. But it would totally be, this isn't an analog-enabled game. It might be, but even if it is, it wouldn't work properly because the camera is always locked to Kurt. This guy will shoot at me, I promise. Unless I stay a certain distance. Let's see if I can get him to shoot. Oh man, is he really not gonna? It'd be hilarious. I'm sitting here trying to talk about how awesome this game is, and of course it would appear I only like it because it's super easy. There we go. He starts launching dudes. So another scenario is when you run into this truck thing. It will start chasing after you if you manage to shoot the gun off first. But you can stop him by doing this. And just like that, he's grounded. I remember I played this game. I must have beaten it like 2 or 3 times before I learned you could do that. And it happened by a fluke. I was goofing off with the sniper mode on one of these guys. And just so happened to nail the wheel with a sniper grenade. It blasted it right off, and all of a sudden I was like, he can't run me over anymore. I love all the bits that fly off of these guys. And again, this is my first teen-rated game, so it was like, oh man, there's blood, look. Oh, jeez. And then I was like, it's green, but who cares? It's the type of violence my preteen brain lives for. So this is a cool little segment here. You can shoot this control panel here and it'll call one of these ships over. Whoop, 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 there we go. This is the one we want. And we can hop in. Let's bomb some dudes. It's still pretty satisfying, gotta admit. Frame rate. So this is kind of throwing me off. It's so you can see that the frame rate is kind of what it is for everything, but the crosshair on this is moving like super fluidly. Like it's almost like an analog overlay. Like I don't know if any of you youngins out there have ever played, you know, an old Atari system, we played the Atari 2600 in particular, and play like a game like Breakout or something. Hell, you can go back even further than that and play like the original Pong on the Pong machine. And the movement is super fluid. It's because it's direct. It's a direct one-to-one signal, and it's an analog signal, so there's no delay or processing or anything. And you don't get that kind of fidelity in movement anymore. Now it's one of those things that developers have to work at to make happen. You know, you can take a look at Rage if you need an example of what it means to have like a full 60-frame fluid motion to your animation. But even then, it's still not entirely the same. Like, I don't know, there's a quality of movement that I'm certain this feed is not going to pick up. Something I noticed about the way that I played this, and I've always played this way. I rarely use items. Like, I won't use it on these guys. I won't use it on the grunts because they're far too easy. But things that have like longer life bars, literally all I use is hand grenades. Oh god. Yeah, there is a splash damage. Thing is, I don't think I need to kill all these guys to progress. I think I just need to at least take out the generators. So, pro tip, if you find yourself in a bind, and you need to get a couple of grenades out, if you just stand and throw, Kurt does this whole delayed animation. If you jump... Oh god, oh no, that's the wrong thing! Anyway, well I displayed that anyway. If you jump and throw, he immediately just lets it fly. You get yourself out of many a tight spot doing that. So the world's smallest nuclear explosion is probably my all-time favorite pickups in gaming history. Between that and the Mario 3 Tanuki suit, it doesn't really get much better. Although there is another weapon coming up that is pretty funny. Oh, I'm stuck on geometry. Who would have expected that to happen in an early PS1 game? Alright. I'm gonna hang on here for a second because we got a round of fighters coming in. Not the best play, but... Oh. Turret. So, blue lasers are the worst. They take a huge amount of your health away and they knock you down. And losing your momentum is a big killer in this game. Alright. This game is also very platforming heavy, excuse me, which you'll see fairly soon here. But as floaty as it is, it actually feels really good, and I'm not sure why. Because normally, like, the whole digitized character on a polygonal environment tends to lead to super disjointed control. Somehow it works. I can't explain it. You'd have to play the game. As a kid, this used to give me so much trouble getting these things in there. But I'm pretty good about it now. I just ran into my own mortar. That's some pro play. Oh, God. So, it is possible to get all the way over there. I'm going to go for it. Screw it! No, I'm going to miss. Did I get it? Did I get it? Did I get it? Alright. And I'm stuck between... Yep, okay. Well, so it's possible, and there's a pickup over there. But we're going to just jump down here. I didn't want to spend all the time I was going to take out those two trucks. It takes forever. And they are still shooting down at me. If you haven't noticed by now, these are going to be longer videos. Because we got more stuffs to get through. But that's okay, because I believe we're coming up close to the end here. So, this sequence as a kid was kind of like, oh man, what's happening here? And this is where it becomes a platformer. But it's one that works. Who's shooting me? Oh, okay. We're gonna go down here. By the way, ribbon shoot, coolest means of gliding in any game. Yes, I'm sorry, Super Mario 3 Raccoon Tail. As much fun as you are, ribbon shoot just looks too cool. A lot of times I would go through and actually just snipe these guys from lower platforms, but that takes a really long time. And there's also this elite guy who's leaping around. That's him right there. He was the one that was shooting me with blue stuff earlier, and that's no good. So we're just going to jump out of here. I should mention the soundtrack to this game, absolutely awesome. And it was done by a guy, oh, I can't remember his name. Damn it. He did Video Games Live. He's done all sorts of stuff. So these are a bunch of really bad dudes in there. Actually, would you mind handing me the case, please, dude? So, let's see if it says on here. I don't know if it does. This is me just hanging out, attempting to read. It doesn't say. In part 2, I will have that answer. I'm sure there's people screaming it already. So, you notice the sentry bot that we had before, or the guard bot, whatever this thing's called. This one has a special feature to it. When you shoot it, it comes open. And now we are him. Kurt is the Kirby of robots. This is also great. You can spam that and screw up the animation. And now we can safely go in. It's also a spy game. Seriously, this game has everything. It really has really unique scenarios in it. This guy looks super mean. Oh god! Oh no! Oh, scripted events! So the world most interesting bomb, second favorite thing in this game. You throw it down, and these guys are super crazy about it. And they want to check it out. Look at how cool it is. That looks awesome. But then, oh, it opens. And oh god! Oh geez, everything's dead. And I win. Thank you, conveniently timed pickup. I believe we're nearing the end here. I hope so. This, whatever city I'm in, I think it's Laguna, is about to totally be dead. Yep, this is it. Alright, so every level culminates in a boss battle. And, I happen to be a big fan of this one because you can totally cheese it, and I'm totally going to cheese it for the purpose of this video. So you got this dude just chilling, running shiz. And normally you have to shoot this guy and he'll fire his big gun at you, and you have to fight off a bunch of dudes, and it's all wave based and everything. But if you switch to sniper grenades and you blast them twice in quick succession, done.
And those are called sentries, by the way.
Thank you. Those are called sentries, by the way. Wait, which are called sentries? The big dudes are called sentries. So what are is it alert bot? The smaller ones? Alert droid. Oh, I should mention, we're going back to our ship. So we get to fly through this tunnel. And if I can catch this guy, I will start the next level with 150 health. Instead of the regular 100. I think I'm doing. I totally did it. I'm awesome. And there is Max, or Bones, the best dog ever, because he's a robot and he has 4 arms. So that's really weird. They just straight up say MDK2, and there's totally an MDK2. Alright, so that's going to do it. Stay tuned for part 2. It is coming at you.